Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good
We're waiting on the
morning.
host.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Hump Day. Everybody had a good week so far?
Good morning,
Good
Kendra.
morning. And yes, closing hopefully tomorrow before Christmas. So, yes, an amazing week.
Well, that's a good Christmas gift. That's awesome. I think Tiffany's hosting today.
I have a question about that actually. When you
Yes.
close, I know that EXP pays out pretty dang on quickly as long as you have your paperwork done. Does that count during holidays too? So like if Theo's closing before Christmas, would he get paid by Christmas or would he have to wait until Monday?
Anybody want to answer that? I have an answer, but anyone else want to jump in?
My guess
Yes,
is next business day.
yes, next business day, and my documents have to all be in Sky Slope.
Yeah.
So next business day, even if it's a holiday.
Well, the holiday is Saturday.
But
Yeah.
like, if he closes tomorrow, that's a Thursday. If he has all his paperwork in, he could
I get
technically
paid
get
Friday,
paid
hopefully.
before Saturday.
Yeah. Might be Friday, might be Monday. Well, I guess you'll have to tell us.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted on when I get paid.
I'm sorry, I've just never had a closing near a holiday, and I'm like,
No, no,
does
you're good. This
EXP
is a
like
good question. This is my
okay?
first one by the holiday too, so I'm equally as nervous as you are.
Well, you know what they say. Don't spend the money until the check clears the bank. That's the old rule in real estate. Yeah.
That money
Right.
is spent before it's in my account. Pray for my strength in the Lord.
It's so true, so true. Um,
Hey, can I share a
okay.
success story?
Yeah, let's just talk.
Man. Good morning, everybody. Um, I'm starting to make just a few calls. I'm starting small with my numbers and calling 4 or 5 agents, as I told you yesterday, agents that I did some business with this last year, and some bigger agents too, who I might have known through the years, and I'm actually getting some positive response. Yeah, so this is a good time of year, between the holidays to reach out and to thank our people for working with us this year. And hey, I know you said that you saw the plan, you weren't interested in anything, but I mean, think of an excuse to call them, right? Like we do prospecting. Hey, I was just thinking about you because I got my disbursement check, and it's not very much, but man, that's the first thing. You've never gotten one, have you? No, I haven't. Well, you want to? I mean, the plans are. obviously we're growing and we're evolving. You want to see what we're up to lately because you haven't seen the plan in 6 months or a year. You guys, our stock is split. A year ago today, our stock hasn't even split. So a lot has happened, maybe since some of these agents have quote unquote, heard about it or seen the plan. And it might make them just curious enough to say, you know what? Yeah, for 30 minutes, let me see that. Of course they want to see it. They're smart people. Mr. Friend, Mr. Agent, Mrs. Agent, you're a smart person. I admire you because we've done business here together, or I bumped into you at open house or something, and you're a smart person, and I respect you. And obviously from your numbers, I admire you. So why wouldn't you see what else is out? Because this is not like Remax. This is not like Century 21 or any other Realogy held company. You start talking like that, like you understand that Realogy is actually the holding company for Coldwell Banker, for Berkshire Hathaway, for who else? Century 21. It's all owned by Realogy, like EXPI holds EXP, right? So it's interesting when you start talking like, from a corporate holding company perspective, it kind of sometimes it breaks through to some of these larger brokers who are tired of spending 7, 8, 8.5% franchise fee. Well, shoot, I put 5% of my check and buy stock at 10% discount, and I still give myself a 2.5% raise. You know, so that's how I'm beginning to excuse me, discover that my language is kind of cracking the armor and getting them to listen once again. But again, as everyone says, if their gate's not open, if they're not ready to listen, I'll just throw them a happy holidays and get back to them next year. But as Scott Lewis and all the big guys, even Tony has told me that you stay in the fray, and when their gates are open, you make that call or you bump into them. And hey, you weren't ready last year. What they told me last year is, no, I'll never move. Absolutely not. You know who? Well, I get ahead of myself. But one day their gate will be open and they will take a look at this. Now, lastly, there's a big agent that I was trying to recruit for Coldwell Banker 2 years ago, 3 years ago, before I came to EXP. His name was Mike Blake, and he owns a big real estate brokerage in Rochester, Michigan. And he laughed. He goes, Bob, I know you through the years. You understand I've got 100 agents on my team. And I swallowed hard, right? And I said, yeah, well, I know. Yep, I am aware of that. Your numbers are spectacular. What would it take for you to sit down with my broker and everything? Let's talk about a merge. Companies are moving around. I will never move. He said, Bob, you know how many thousands of dollars I have in signs already? Bob, I own my building. And I says, okay. And he kind of laughed me off the phone, and that's okay. You pick up the phone, you dial again. Guess where he works today? He works at EXP today, Mike Blake team. And so I just found that to be amazing. Everybody will look at EXP eventually. So that's my
Oh,
win.
that is crazy. I want to see if I can post this. So, can you, while you're talking, that's interesting you say that because Coldwell Banker is probably my next target of what I am going to be doing. I'm going to put this link in here. This was sent to me by Tony.
Well, remember
And
what we were talking about, Kendra, or maybe it was Tony, where, they're on my target list. And I can, especially the one family of companies that I used to work, for, I sold my little brokerage to. I have a non-compete, but we're going to do a workaround with them. Now it's been 2.5, 3 years. We'll see about
well,
that.
let me ask you that. Is that non-compete with just that particular brokerage or
Yeah,
anybody in Coldwell?
no, just any agent that works for this family of companies. For me,
For the
as you
family
said,
or for that particular
not the
actual
franchise.
not the franchise, but that specific group. So you could go outside the state with
Oh
Coldwell
yeah.
Banker. You could go into another county because what I've learned is I didn't know this, and maybe you can help me. When we talked to this guy, he was on, I forget, I put the grid out because I had corporate, well, Tony had corporate do his numbers, and
Okay.
from the surface, we couldn't figure it out because he said that he would be losing like $8,000 if he came on. So the one question that I had brought up is that, I don't know what that's from. I don't know if that's they pay some marketing and you pay it back. Is that, does it go down per each month? And also, I heard that there's a franchise fee. There was there's no cap on the franchise fee. So even if you get to 100 or you cap, you
That's right.
still. So can you explain that a little bit?
Sure.
Because for other
Franchise.
people that may want to recruit.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's that strikes that turns on a light in the back of their head immediately because every franchise um, agent for, and it could be, you know, it, it could be another franchise like Remax or something. That big brand, they get paid royalties on every dollar that their agents do, and they get paid. I think it's 8.5%, or sometimes it's just 6%. That's still pretty good. From our friend here, that I forgot your name, that you're writing that you're closing your last transaction here for the year, and tomorrow hopefully I'm going to write a little lease for a few $100. We'll see. But even that, if I worked for another franchise, even let's pretend my commissions of $490 or something silly. Even if they even want 8% of that. So yes, you're right. Every agent pays a franchise fee from every commission they get forever. Doesn't matter if they cap or not, the franchise gets paid. Well, guess what? We're not a franchise. We own the company. So I'm going to pay myself 5% and buy my company stock at a 10% discount. And I'm still going to get 2.5% more than the agent I might be talking to on the phone. That in itself is a daily benefit for coming over and looking at the EXP plan.
Wow. So guys, did you hear that? It's for every brokerage.
Every
No matter,
franchise.
there is no the franchise fee, even so people don't even think of that as a fee. They'll say, "Oh, I'm at 100 or I capped." They don't still they why are they so groomed to accept the franchise fee as not a fee to them? You know, it, how was that sold to them?
Yeah.
So at Remax, I can tell you that the way it's sold, it's 3%. And the way it's sold is that you're making like a 95 split. So,
Explain that again. Like not
so the franchise fee is 3%. They take 3% of everything, no matter what it is. They take the 3% off of it. But still, there's 97% there. We tell them that they're going to get a 95-5 split, but really it's more like a 90% time we take our part of it. But as far as Remax goes, they are still getting that 90 something percent.
okay. So what does that percent go to? Does that go to the brokerage or does that go to their headquarters?
Can I ask
So
a question too? Is that do they pay you per transaction as well over there?
what do you
Charles?
mean pay us per transaction? I guess I'm not understanding what you're saying.
I mean, do you charge them a flat? I mean, did you charge them a flat transaction rate? I mean, I know some Remax agents are at 100%, but yeah, they have to pay their broker $500 per transaction or
They
something.
paid us if you wanted the full 100%, but you still had to pay that 3%, and it was $1,100, and that went to us.
Wow. Wow.
And
So
then
how do we sell that if we come into a Remax person? Because for Remax, I hear that there's a lot of grandfathering, and sometimes they don't pay the franchise fees. I heard that, but I when I actually dissected her business, she was paying and didn't even really know.
yeah, they do it within the transaction, so you kind of don't know that it's going to the to Remax as a whole. I mean, I've done a lot of them like that, and they just think that that's the normal split, I guess. But
Oh,
so they don't
okay.
really see that part of it. But the other part is, I wanted to say that I had a win yesterday. I finally
Yay!
sold that. I finally sold the gas station, so that closed yesterday, and so I will see when I get paid for that. And then also, I was blessed last Thursday to receive the Distinguished Agent Award down here.
What? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's awesome. That is amazing. Guys, our team is strong. We have some
Congrats.
amazing realtors on here. That's
Wow.
good. Congratulations. Are they pushing to put you in the magazine?
I don't know that part of it, but I I'm just saying down here it's it's like, to me, I mean, it was a surprise and an honor to receive it, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the most important part of it. But and then on another note, it doesn't matter. Like, Kendra, for me, the reason I came over here is because of your persistence. A lot of times, you got to be persistent, is what I've noticed. And you left that door always open, and you continuously would send me a note, "Hey, how you doing?" All of those kind of things, and I think those were important things, so that whenever anything goes wrong at your brokerage, or you get upset about anything, you have an out. And that's a lot of times, I believe, will help a lot of people because, as you well know, it took me quite a while to switch over.
Well, yeah, can I tell that story?
Yeah,
Um, so I duplicated, and it's funny that you say that because Charles said, I'm just going to do what you did. So when I met Charles, I literally copied and pasted what Tracy's LinkedIn uh, email is. It's very friendly. I've never been like, oh, your broker is nothing, blah, blah, blah. And we're taught to just love on people. Not and Charles never answered. Well, the first time Charles said, yeah, I'm ready to come. I got my building, I ordered my signs, I'm coming over. And on boarding, he got a proposition to have ownership of the Remax because that was the only carrot that they could throw at that point because he was already like the assistant broker or associate broker there. And he ordered signs with EXP on them, had a lease or was about to sign a lease, and he backed out. And I didn't cry over it. I just said it's just not time. And so we're taught, if you go through Scott's five step system, is to, maybe once a month, once a week, I would like his posts. I would send him updates about the new agents. And he never responded. But remember, we always talk about, if they don't tell you to lose my number, don't call me ever, that door is open. So I didn't take it as anything but doing what I said I was going to do, which is to trust the process and divorce the outcome. So I divorced myself from the outcome and I just did my due. And 2 or 3 years later, I'm not even sure, uh, he had an issue where he was dissatisfied with his office, and he was ready because I prepared him, I groomed him with all the information just about our stock, just about it splitting, just about how happy we are, our announcements, whatever it was. I just copied and pasted whatever articles was out from what we can get in workplace, and it actually worked. And when he was ready, he was really ready. So it, that he just said he's going to do the same thing. So I appreciate, and I didn't know Charles. I didn't, we didn't have a closing. He's actually in Kansas. He was one of the best brokerages in his town, and that was a pretty big, win for me to actually trust the system and plant those seeds and know that it's going to manifest. Maybe not some 90 days, maybe not this 90 days, but some 90 days he will see it, as long as he did not say, "Don't call me anymore." So that was great, and I appreciate that. I really do. So, any other wins for today? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. So you guys who had closings, even on the gas station, hooray for you. So we do have experience in the commercial space as well. Let us know if it dispersed. Normally mine dispersed that same day or within 24 hours. In as long as I have all the documents in, I even call sometimes because they are busy. And hey, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. So if it's dispersed, make sure that you just call your transaction person inside of the world, or go inside of there and make sure that you get your funds deposited within that 24-hour window.
Here's a question I have before we say goodbye for the day.
Sure.
Is I'm thinking about starting a real estate investment account, a small one, and directing a portion of my commission disbursements to another bank account. Now, how hard is that? Has anyone moved money from your original direct pay recipient account to another one somewhere? Is it difficult to do?
You mean at disbursement, like have your
Yeah.
commission split between two direct deposited
Yes, ma'am.
accounts?
Yeah.
I think you can do that. It works just like a referral. You can but you probably have to do that.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be an associate broker for it to go into another business account.
Okay.
So I think you have those designations. So I don't think
Yeah.
it's a problem, and you can have it dispersed. If not, I think you can go to your local bank and work out something with them.
Okay.
So I'm not sure about that. I am going to look into that myself because I do want to set myself up for a savings plan for
Yeah.
a SEPT account, and I am going to be asking that question too.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. But call corporate about that and get back with us and give us some feedback.
Will do.
Okay. Guys, go out and rock it. Raise your hand up high or higher, and go out and get another win today. Make a goal to talk to at least 2 different people for sales or for looking at the opportunity that we have. I've been getting recruiting calls from all kinds of people, all kind of companies, and to sit down and have coffee. So why can't we do the same? Okay, guys, go out and rock it. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye bye. Stop recording.